certainly 9.1.5 is a funny little patch. It's trying. God bless it. It's trying.
Yeah, it's a shame most of its effort is, a little bit delayed, a little bit not delayed. Okay, not fair to say delayed. So a lot of its effort is postponed. The wind up takes 35 days to really get raring to go.
Yeah, and that's not actually even really the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is the problem patch 9.1.5, and I think why Blizzard are going to be a bit surprised by people's reaction to it. This is really patch 9.0.1. As in, this has got loads of fundamental design problems that should have been solved out of beta. At best, this is 9.1.1.
9.0.2. 9.1.2, yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I think that this stuff has not been out for months is kind of insane. And I think it more than anything, it just goes to show how, on the production pipeline perspective, the WoW team must be utterly fuckered. Yeah. I think it must just be as simple as that.
Well, I'm going to take a massive huff of copium before I say this, of course, but obviously it's because they have a skeleton crew working on 9.1.5, whereas the vast majority of the development team will be pumping on 9.2, so we can get that somewhere in February or March, and it'll be a patch full of content that we all love, right?
Yep, so the time from actual content patch to actual content patch will be 9 months.
I mean, that's how long it takes to make a baby. I don't know.
Well, checkmate. Checkmate. I can't think of a better argument.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just make 2 small babies. 4.5 months, easy. That's just the thing with this patch. Like, there's no content in this patch, right? Yeah. It's not a content patch. Like, there's some nice changes. Oh, you can level Torghast. Cool. That's, like, good. We support all of these things. All of the systems design tweaks. But it's like, the systems design tweaks is just you finally changing the shit that we told you in beta would be a problem. So, I think from the perspective of people who think about World of Warcraft, it is going to be quite unsatisfying. You log in and it'll be like, oh, what's different? I can change confidence and I can level up some cat to no end.
Yeah.
Like to no new end, right? So it's, yeah. This is a patch that should already be out by now because these things should have been hot fixed in on an almost weekly basis from the launch of 9.1, right? Just the 9.1 itself had so many busted elements that it itself needed a lot of that. But I guess that's just all to say that, I don't know if it is they make risks that don't pay off or they just have a development sort of style that's like super, super ambitious and then has to get cut down a lot such that, a lot of their work goes to waste. But whatever it is, they... Yeah, I mean, there's all the people... I saw a Reddit post like 1 or 2 days ago. It was something to the effect of, we've had one content patch a year. Obviously, there's an expansion release there, but compared to other times of World of Warcraft, I mean, man, you compare this to Mists of Pandaria before they expanded the team. Or Legion, and it's like, man, what's going on?
Yeah, so... I've seen something mentioned in chat, so I feel like the amount of time it's taken for this patch isn't really too long for the executives and such, for Bobby Kotick to maybe go, okay, this doesn't seem like too long, but that's only because the average build of a super yacht is somewhere between 3 and 4 years.
Yes.
So that's the time scale he'll be looking at.
Yeah, so that's like, I think that's the very high level view. This patch will bring absolutely nobody back to World of Warcraft. It could help to inflate MAUs a little bit, though. And the one thing that can bring people back, of course, is the Legion Time Walking, which is the bit of content that, is very limited because it only happens like 2.5 times a year.
Yeah, it's...
Whoops!
Yeah, what gets me about it is that it's not even like a fixed schedule because they've said in the blue post that it's now every 3 to 4 weeks time walking will show up.
Yeah.
So we don't even know anymore unless you log in and check the calendar. So.
Yeah. It's I know they've slightly increased the pace. That's why I said 2.5 instead of 2. But Yeah, the more the merrier. It does make you wonder, why is it just not always a time walking week? And you just change the theme of the time walking week or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I can sort of see some reasons why, but then it's the sort of thing where, if they have those concerns about players and rewards, you just do what FF14 does. You make it give XP for people who are leveling, and then you have some sort of reward currency that means that endgame players will care about it, or something like that. Like, I mean, what if you could do a time walking thing and get a token that would be useful for your alt in a pretty major way, or whatever? Because we don't have the whole jobs in one character, but that's the thing that FF14 is able to do.
Mm-hmm.
It hires its own players to act as a workforce to fill out content, so that queues, etc., work and the level up experience and things like that, which they do to pretty good effect. So you just wonder if something like that existed for time walking. Could you just, would that be an excuse to have more time walking? And then this could feel more like a feature to people instead of just a cool 2 weeks, and then maybe it'll roll around again in 4 months.
Yeah.
Which isn't going to get somebody excited.
Mm-hmm. Certainly not. I mean, the idea of, hey, this is December 7th to, well, I guess it's 2 weeks, so December 7th to December 21st. That's not an ideal time for a lot of people to play the game. So that's just telling everyone who's, people who, like if you're a retail worker and the run up to Christmas and it's exhausting you, or, you don't have a lot of money, have to put a lot of overtime in to, afford Christmas for your family, then I believe Blizzard have just said, fuck you. Sorry about that. Which is one of the things that's, you alleviate that entirely if you just have time walking more regularly. And then go, hey, yeah, so this will be back soon enough. Don't worry too much about it. As opposed to, I mean, it was even in their blue post. I can't remember the exact quote, but it was something along the lines of, there's no time or something. There's no time to waste or something. Adventure calls, hero. And I was like, don't be so transparent.
They had some transparent, like, in-universe FOMO verbiage in their marketing campaigns. This have fell a bit off.
Yep.
So that's basically if you're going to do like a very quick overall thing for 9.1.5, it objectively makes the game better in every single way, yet a lot of people don't really care because they feel like the game should have been like this anyway. And the one big new feature that is the exciting thing is limited and specific and not there on the launch day of the patch. So that's essentially your situation. In reality, if you are looking to World of Warcraft, like very broadly speaking, as like, oh, when do I get to play this again and have some fun and do a new thing? Because Korthia is really not satisfying to anyone. I mean, I know some people did it, but even from the people who I saw initially be a little bit more happy with Korthia, I've sort of followed, I've sort of tracked them on their sort of descent into not liking it that much. I mean, even Korthia.
Yeah.
Korthia should have been like this at launch.
Yeah, which was how many months ago?
5? 4? 5? 4. End of June.
Yeah.
4.
Yep.
4 months, yeah. So it's like Korthia, Korthia should have been like balanced and, good. I mean, even some of their posts were like, their posts were acknowledging that the progression rate in Korthia is not really what they intended. So it's like, you waited 4 months to fix it. It's not relevant anymore. It's like if you had fixed up corruptions and added a vendor that didn't rotate and all those currencies and stuff, if that was there like 2 or 3 weeks after the patch, I mean, I would have played that patch more, but by the time that came, I was like, well, I've killed Nazoth. I don't care. Bye. Right? It's very strange. They are not agile whatsoever. So yeah, man, I think that's just the 9.1 situation. If you're really looking for stuff, then I think what Matt said earlier is the big thing here. 9.2. And the hope is that 9.1.5 looks like this because 9.2 is just having a lot of work done on it by the majority of the production. But even at this stage, pre-production look, realistically, if this was on the normal schedule, 9.2 is coming out February, March. Then we're finding out about the next expansion at BlizzConline because what else can they do for... So it's like, unless they literally bump World of Warcraft expansions back 6 months or a year on the original intended, every 2-year calendar, we're going to have to hear about 9.2 pretty damn soon, and the new expansion pretty damn soon after that, and with a beta pretty damn soon after that. Mm-hmm. That's just kind of how it's going to be if World of Warcraft, like the business thing, is going to continue doing the business that Activision Blizzard wants it to do.
Yeah, it's hard to suggest what they could do, because I will cut them a little bit of slack and say that 9.1.5 seems like a decent last ditch effort to keep existing players vaguely happy with changes.
Unless they wanted class balance.
Unless they want a PvP class balance, yeah, of course. But it's that idea of just 9.2 is going to be to bring people back, hopefully. So 9.1.5 is going to be that. At this point, you kind of wonder, could they not just wait and just roll it all into one big super patch? It feels good, but that would be, pretty bad for people who bought the 6-month sub or pay monthly for subs. But
Well,
I don't. Basically, the timing of the mid-char shows they don't give a shit about those people either. So
yeah, you know what? That 6-month sub, never buy it. Like, they have clearly demonstrated.
yep.
Like, look, the 6-month sub, at least during Legion, you'd have been getting some value for your money there. I mean, the amount that you're getting is just so diminished versus where it used to be. And they've tried to beef that up with Hearthstone packs and stuff, but
That's actually an interesting thing to say, that they're actually trying to increase the value of World of Warcraft sub from other parts of the business because World of Warcraft's not doing the job. That's an interesting way to think about it. I hadn't thought of that before.
Yep.